Imagine walking into a dark subterranean chamber, carved out of solid limestone over 5,000 years ago. As you move toward the center, you hum a low note. Suddenly, the very air around you seems to vibrate. The walls don't just echo, they pulse. You feel a strange shift in your mind, a sense of detachment from reality, as if your consciousness is being tuned like a radio. This isn't science fiction. This is the Hal Saflieni Hypogeum in Malta, and it hides a secret that modern science is only beginning to understand. Welcome back to WorldAncients. Today, we are exploring a phenomenon that bridges the gap between ancient engineering and neuroscience, the 111 Hertz frequency. Across the globe, from the megalithic mounds of Ireland to the temples of the Andes, researchers have discovered a recurring anomaly. These ancient structures, built long before the invention of modern mathematics, share a specific acoustic resonance. When a human voice or a drum reaches 111 Hertz, the entire structure comes alive. But why? Was it a coincidence? Or did our ancestors possess a sophisticated understanding of how sound interacts with the human brain? Let's look at the data. In the early 2000s, a team from UCLA, led by Professor Ian Cook, set out to find the answer. They monitored the brain activity of volunteers exposed to different frequencies using an EEG. Most sounds produced no significant change. But when they hit 111 Hertz, something extraordinary happened. The activity in the left prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic, language, and critical thinking, suddenly dimmed. This is the part of your brain that judges, calculates, and worries about the future. Simultaneously, the right side, linked to intuition, creativity, and emotional processing, surged. In simple terms, the frequency switched off the rational ego and opened the door to a trance-like state. But how did they build for this? At the Oracle Chamber in Malta, the resonance is so precise that a man's voice chanted at this frequency will echo throughout the entire 3-story underground complex. It feels as if the stones themselves are singing. Archaeologists used to think these were just burial sites, but you don't build a complex acoustic resonator just to house the dead. You build it for the living. You build it to transform the mind. Think about Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, the oldest temple on earth. The massive T-shaped pillars aren't just supports. When researchers tested the acoustics of these limestone enclosures, they found the same patterns. These were tuning forks for the human soul. By standing between these pillars, the ancient seeker was subjected to a sonic bath, a frequency that literally forced the brain to enter a different state of reality. There is also a biological side to this story. 111 Hertz is remarkably close to the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of the Earth. But it operates on a specific harmonic that affects our cellular structure. Scientific studies suggest that this frequency is associated with the release of beta endorphins. This isn't just feeling good. This is a chemical shift that promotes cell regeneration and deep healing. Were these temples the first hospitals? Were they hospitals of sound, where the sick were bathed in resonant frequencies to trigger the body's natural recovery? In ancient Greek traditions, this was known as incubation. You would sleep in a sacred resonance chamber, and the sound would heal your spirit while you dreamed. And then we have cymatics, the study of visible sound. When you vibrate sand on a metal plate at 111 Hertz, it forms beautiful, complex geometric patterns. It turns chaos into order. If sound can do that to sand, imagine what it does to the human body, which is 70% water. The ancients knew this. They didn't have computers, but they understood the physics of the soul. They understood that the universe, at its most fundamental level, is not made of matter. It is made of vibration. And if you can control the vibration, you can control the human experience. But here is the most haunting question of all. If they had this knowledge 5,000 years ago, how did we lose it? Why did we trade the sacred resonance of stone and earth for the chaotic, fragmented noise of the modern world? Our modern environments are filled with the wrong frequencies. The hum of electricity, the roar of traffic, the digital pulse of our devices. These sounds keep our left brain in a constant state of high alert and anxiety. We are literally out of tune. Perhaps the ancients weren't primitive at all. Perhaps we are the ones who have regressed. We have the technology to talk to the other side of the planet, but we have lost the technology to talk to our own deeper selves. The past is not a graveyard of dead ideas. It is a blueprint. The code is still there, waiting in the silence of the ruins, waiting for us to find the right note. It is written in the limestone of Malta, in the granite of the Great Pyramid, and in the standing stones of Stonehenge. The next time you stand in an ancient place, stop talking, stop taking pictures, just listen. The walls are still speaking. They are humming the song of the earth. You just have to be at the right frequency to hear them. Thank you for listening to World Ancients. If you felt the resonance today, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned to the silence.